Fourth win in a row for the Golden State Warriors. Now, 11-2 since making the trade for Jimmy Butler. And, of course, just one loss with him on the floor. And we see that on full display against the Detroit Pistons coming down to the wire. Steph Curry saving his best for last, 13 in the fourth, had 32 in a game. And I guess we could start there. Steph Curry now is able to save for a final push. He doesn't have to expend so much energy trying to keep this team in close games, John.
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, adding Jimmy Butler, I think they gave them some more energy over there with those guys. The IQ him and Draymond has on the defensive end got all the young guys playing a lot better. And like fourth quarter, you got Jimmy can do his thing, Draymond can do his thing, and you know what Steph can do.
For years, Jay, when we looked at the box score for the Golden State Warriors, we look at how many threes they made. They took 41 free throws.
Yeah.
In tonight's game. And you look back before the Jimmy Butler trade, there was not a single night. I don't have to go ask our stats guy about that. They weren't taking 40.
Yeah, we looked at those stats prior to the game Tuesday night against the Knicks, and I think at the time they were near the bottom in terms of free throw attempts. Since he's been there, they're top three. And the thing about getting to the free throw line, it does so many things for you. One, it allows you to set your defense. It allows you to control tempo. You can find your rhythm at the free throw line. And that's one of the things that Jimmy Butler does a great job of, right? So now you've got two guys that put consistent pressure on opposing defenses. He's one of those rare guys that has a knack for drawing fouls. He's just as good as there is in our business. And now you couple that with his ability to screen it along with Draymond. This team is legit. Like, their young guys are really starting to figure it out as well. You got to give them a lot of credit. But, like, the thing that's kind of put them over the hump, talking with Steve Kerr, it's been Jimmy Butler, because he just brings a level of IQ and toughness that this team was lacking. And I think it's really helped elevate everybody else's game, and it's brought the joy back. You can see it for Steph Curry.
John, when I hear that, this team is legit trying to figure out the Golden State Warriors and the Los Angeles Lakers, right? And for those just tuning in, we just got word that LeBron James did not return to the game against the Boston Celtics with a groin injury. Don't know how long he's going to be out, if it's going to be days or weeks. Dave McMenamin says that it's leaning closer to the weeks side of it. So when you see this about LeBron, you see Luka, reaching, saying, the achy back, but the Lakers had won 8 in a row. From the Jimmy Butler and the Golden State Warriors move and the Luka Doncic and the Lakers move, when you see where these two teams are at right now, which team do you think will be in the playoffs longer, the Warriors or the Lakers?
Well, before you hear the news about LeBron, I would say the Lakers for sure. Every time you step on the floor with Luka and LeBron, you probably have the two best players on the floor. And those two guys can control the game and dictate what they want. And at the same time, we've also seen Luka carry a team and win games with guys not being there and not having another superstar with them. But I also think with the Warriors, Jimmy Butler is a great trade for them. And like I said, they have that joy. And I can't wait to see Jonathan Kuminga come back from his ankle injury to see how he gels and finds the joy and brings some more energy for them guys. But the way Steph and him is playing, it's kind of hard to say, and we kind of don't know where the things are going to go with LeBron and his injury right now.
Yeah, I think both teams. Listen, a lot of it also going to depend upon where we ultimately end up seeding-wise. Because, these are two teams that I honestly feel like, if they're healthy, they got a chance to both be in the conference final. It just depends on how it breaks down. I do think those moves that they made have changed. And I will say this, I'm more surprised at how well the Lakers have played. I mean, not that because of Luka and LeBron, more so because that supporting cast, which on paper, it doesn't wow you. It doesn't overwhelm you. But it has played at a really high level. Their defense, they look a lot like this Warriors group from a defensive standpoint. They get after it on that side of the ball. But it's going to be interesting to see how long they can sustain this level of play, because the Warriors are playing great basketball. The Lakers, even absent tonight, and listen, they got themselves back in that game prior to the injury. That was a really interesting game. And even in that game, their defense showed up. Like, they defended well enough to have a chance to win tonight against a great Boston team. So I think those are two teams. If you're a fan of either, you got to be excited for the push here to as we get ready for the postseason.
It'd be great. Those two teams, if the playoffs started today, would meet in the first round. That's the 3-6 matchup. And you talk about a box office, LeBron, Steph, Luka. Oh, man.
Sign
what a
me
night
up.
around the league.
obviously concerned. Don't have any information right now, though.
What were you able to do after that tough third quarter to kind of get back into the game, and what did you think Boston did in the third to take the lead like that?
Didn't like our general just pace, and a lot of people think pace is playing fast and up and down, but you got to have some thrust. And we didn't have any thrust in the half court. We missed 3 layups, missed all our catch and shoot threes. I think we were 1 for whatever we were in that quarter. Just we weren't generating enough force to put any pressure on the rim and to get better looks. I think sometimes in these games, you never know what to chalk these things up to. But I think start of an East Coast trip, some brain fog, execution-wise for us. That was a little. Out of character for us, and I think that contributed as well to that third quarter, where just we would call a play and we wouldn't actually run the play. We would drop an ATO. We would not have the right defender in the right spot. It was just out of character, and that got us stagnated.
JJ, it looked like when LeBron signaled for that timeout that he tried to stretch it out and give it a go. Did you get a sense for where he was at all during that?
No, I just assumed he was out for the game.
You've said before that, identities are fluid, and the way your team has played the last 10 games might not be the way that it has played the next 10. If he is unable to play for a little bit here, what has to happen for you guys to survive it?
I think we just have to continue to play hard and play defense. And frankly, I thought we defended well tonight. Missing Jackson and not being able to sort of have him roam off of Holiday, I think hurt a little bit with the rim protection. But we forced them into a lot of off the dribble jumpers after the first quarter. We wanted to limit their threes. They shot 38 threes. They averaged 48. Tatum and Brown, for those guys, they played 42 minutes and 46 minutes and both took over 25 shots. And we executed well defensively on a lot of things. We could clean some stuff up. We cleaned some stuff up in game. I thought our guys responded well, and we were able to get some stops and get back in the game.
JJ, to go back to the offense, you guys were clearly targeting Horford and Pritchard to some extent. Do you feel like the mismatch hunting at times kind of stagnated or led to too much ISO, or were you happy with the way?
No, I think the stagnation, we wanted to attack their bigs in space, and we wanted to attack their smalls in tight spaces. I don't think we did a good enough job of attacking their smalls in tight spaces. And that's what I mean from earlier, just some out of character things that I'm not sure what got lost in translation, but our guys have been great with that stuff. And frankly, Al Horford's awesome still. He still moves his feet and does a really good job defensively.
JJ, I came in after you began, so I apologize if you addressed this, but when you guys had cut it from 22 down to 7 or 9, when the timeout comes, the game is there for the taking.